Hello YouTubers, Atarileaf here with a tag response video. This is a response to Marlinlee's before tag. In other words, what did you do before this or before that? There are 4 questions, and the first one is, what did you do before YouTube? Now I'm not sure, I'd have to go back and watch it again. I'm not sure whether he's referring to making videos or just watching videos. As for watching videos, no, I didn't watch a lot of videos before YouTube. Before we got broadband and we just had dial-up, it wouldn't have been worth watching videos. They would have been slow and jerky. It wouldn't have been fun to watch. So I didn't really watch a lot of videos until we got broadband, and that time I discovered YouTube and I started watching a lot of videos. As for making videos, anything video game related like what I do now, no, I didn't do anything like that. When I was a kid, of course, I did make videos with my friends. You know, the typical stuff kids would do. They'd, you know, Indiana Jones and space movies and just little home videos. In fact, if you've watched some of my previous videos, I made kind of a fake commercial based on an Atari game that doesn't exist. And this was based on a movie that my cousin and I made called Captain Spacey. So that's me there on that side, and that's my cousin there. He's wearing a garbage bag. That's all. So we didn't have any props, and I used a video editor to add in explosions and lasers and sound effects and music and so forth. So that movie will never see the light of day, so don't ask, oh, well, you ever going to post that? No, I'm not going to post it. It's staying in the vault. But yeah, we used to make videos. What did you do before the internet? I went outside a lot more. Is that a good answer? Yeah, I went outside a lot more. But when I was a kid, we used to have bulletin board systems when I had my Tandy Color computer originally. Excuse me, I have to have my Timbs. A BBS, a bulletin board system, which was, for those of you who are too young to remember, you actually dialed into another computer locally, usually locally, because if you went long distance it would cost you a fortune. But there was a local one that I used to go to called Route 66, and it was a color computer based bulletin board. There was a lot of Commodore 64 bulletin boards in my area, and you could still dial in with the Coco, but with the Coco one, the Route 66, I could download color computer games, which is where I had got a lot of my games from back then. Was from the Route 66 bulletin board system, which I believe was the only Coco's bulletin board system that was local to me. Okay, what did you do before computers? Again, I went outside more. It seems that with the advent of certain technologies, I've noticed myself getting larger over the years. So if they invent something else, I'll probably reach 400 pounds and have a heart attack. Yeah, before we got a computer, I used to spend more time playing and again, I think Marlinlee mentioned this too. I used to play a lot of board games, adventure board games, card games. I played cards a lot with my friends. And we used to go to the arcades too, which is one of the reasons I really got into the Atari system, because the Atari at the time had the arcade ports. So I was really addicted to the arcade games. So even when we did get a computer, the first thing I wanted to do, game-wise, was to find ports of Pac-Man and Galaxian and Space Invaders, that kind of thing. What did you do before video games? Well, before video games, I would have been about 10 years old. So I was about 10 or 11, I think, when we got our first Atari. I used to play with my dinky cars a lot. You know, like Hot Wheels? Stuff like that. I was a kid. I played with toys. That's what I did before video games. Kid stuff. Oh, and my Star Wars figures. I had a ton of Star Wars figures. I wish I still had them now, because they'd be worth a fortune. But got rid of them all. Or I burned them with a magnifying glass. I remember my cousin, poor Greedo, got melted by a friend of mine because of his obsession with using a magnifying glass on everything. So, kind of off topic, but yeah, those are the answers to Marlinlee's before tag. That's what I did before YouTube, before the internet, before computers, and before video games. I was a pretty boring person. Okay, thanks everybody for watching, and have a great day. Cheers.